What's happening, y'all? I know I said I was gonna leave the Kendrick and Drake thing alone, but we got some new information coming out about how Drake tried to sabotage Kendrick's tour. Also, there is a list of his ops, which is crazy. I believe I seen a couple YouTubers on there. I thought it was kind of funny earlier today. So, anyways, this is by Fantastic Hip Hop. This is how Drake tried to sabotage Kendrick Lamar's tour and failed. Drake, I don't know what's going on with you, bro. You just gotta let it go, man. At this point, just let it go. Get in the booth. Either diss him right back, or not even diss him back. Make a song, just make a banger or something, man. Like, just leave it alone. You're just digging yourself into a deeper hole right now, man. Anyways, let's get right into it.
Now, despite everything else going on in the music industry right now, Kendrick Lamar and everyone who is behind him are not stopping the run they are on, and really in every single way possible. From Kendrick Lamar's GNX album posting one of the top 3 highest second-week sales figures of this decade, to Kendrick still having 3 top 10 hits on the charts, despite it being the time of the year where holiday music tends to dominate all the airwaves, to even
That's
other
crazy.
artists around Kendrick like SZA now getting ready to release her long-awaited deluxe album.
And this tour might go crazy, man. Honestly, you got R&B and hip hop, possibly the biggest two right now, in the genres, in terms of like relevancy and popularity. So this might break some records. I'll be honest with you.
To her record SOS titled Lana, which is now officially on the way. All in all, in this time where the rest of the music industry is going away for the rest of the year, Kendrick Lamar, PG Lang, and Top Dog Entertainment are all getting ready to give us what may become the most dominant single-year stretch in hip-hop we ever see from an entire crew and wave. And right now, from what we can definitively see, all of this hype for 2025 is culminating in Kendrick Lamar and SZA's Grand National Stadium Tour. And now with all the anticipation and buzz...
SZA's so goddamn pretty, bro. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I know she's had surgeries, but goddamn. Lord have mercy.
This series of performances are already seeing. Kendrick and SZA hitting the road to take hip-hop and R&B into some of the biggest venues in the world is looking like it's going to end up breaking so many different touring records. And now as all of the anticipation and buzz is increasing for this concert by the second. And as a result, Kendrick and SZA even rolled out more shows in both Kendrick's home city of LA and SoFi Stadium. Which seriously, when it comes to that city itself, if you thought the pop-out was legendary, them at SoFi is going to be 100 times crazier. And also they rolled out an additional show in none other than Toronto, Canada in the Rogers Center. And so with this, both in the region that Kendrick is from and in the place where his biggest rivals reside, he has been showing that he is commanding a level of popularity that no other rapper can right now, and because of this hype, and also, the narrative in general that Kendrick Lamar's success has even made him the king of Toronto and Canada over Drake, as he is now not just playing in a venue that Drake has never been.
Oh my god, that has to hurt to hear, bro. That has to hurt to hear, man. You've been repping your city for so long, and you get dissed in the track, and now he's the king of your own city, man. That's wild to me, to be honest. And I don't know what I would be thinking if that was the case. Who knows? Who fucking knows?
At that one that is way bigger than anything he has ever performed in his hometown.
Oh my god. And that, on top of that, he's going to perform in a bigger stadium venue. Better than, or more than what you have in your own city, man. That's got to hurt. And if it sells out, which apparently you've been contributing to, you're a dumbass, man. If he has a second show, and you buy them seats as well, it doesn't kind of work. Like, it didn't, like, for the whole, who's done this? 50 Cent's done this to Ja Rule. Now, Ja Rule's tickets were cheap, so it kind of worked in his favor like that, because it wasn't that much money for 50 Cent at the time. But if Drake is buying Kendrick's tickets, which I'm assuming are very expensive, I have not looked down because I know I'm not going to be able to afford them. You see what kind of house I live in. Just kidding. Anyways, yeah, that's kind of like counterproductive of what you were trying to do. Like, you're trying to make him seem like he doesn't have any fans. But, people are still going to buy him regardless. All the seats are going to be filled out. So you doing that really doesn't, in Ja Rule's case, he didn't really have that many fans, especially after the whole 50 Cent thing with him. And even Eminem, on top of that. So, whatever you're doing, Drake, it doesn't make any sense.
Altogether, with Kendrick now coming back into Drake's home city, and after a time where Drake banned other people from Kendrick's camp of playing.
Oh, if he brings out Schoolboy Q, I don't know what to tell you, man.
Now he's about to have the biggest show any rapper ever has there. Things are starting to look worse than ever for Drake and OVO, because beyond any claims of artificial numbers or fake hype and demand, there is now nearly 100,000 tickets that are going to be sold in his own city of people who are all going to watch the man who has destroyed his career perform. And now, because of this pressure and just general humiliation Drake has been feeling, as now he really has nowhere left to run, Drake has already started doing the one thing he can in this time, which is to troll and try to just be straight out petty, because while Drake will never get in the booth and go head to head with Kendrick Lamar in terms of releasing diss tracks again, as we have all seen,
I'm so mad that he left on that weak ass diss that he came out with, and then he just gave up. Just like, and people were like saying, "Oh, Kendrick Lamar should have responded to it." Like, what do you do when someone's just not going to respond back anyway? Because he said he's not. You'd be a word competitive if I was actually a predator. This is a good little workout. I ain't doing this again with you until you actually get some facts or something like that. But like, you threw out some fake accusations too, so I don't understand why you won't continue on. And I recently seen that 50 Cent said he pretty much pulled a Jay Prince the last time Drake got into a rap beef with when Drake got into a rap beef with Pusha T. Jay Prince said he had a unreleased track that was supposed to like really kill Pusha's whole career as a whole, but you know that never came out. Now 50 Cent saying that he has some unreleased track for Kendrick that he never came out with, and it was supposed to be like this big old, you know, supposed to be one of the best diss track records of all time, but instead he came out with The Heart Part 6, which he pretty much gave up in the whole rap beef altogether. So we're not believing it, bro.
He's still going to try to be petty and take down Kendrick Lamar any way he can behind the scenes. And really, just as we saw Drake accuse Kendrick and his label in the most pathetic way possible over the hype and success of Not Like Us right when GNX released, which when it comes to the timing of that was definitely to try and hinder the success of that record, as we now enter a year that is really gearing up to be even bigger for Kendrick Lamar, TDE, the West Coast, and every single person around him. Because of all this hype, get ready for Drake to go even beyond the most petty lines he has crossed already, and just straight out do the most pathetic things we have ever seen from a rapper.
As if he hasn't done enough
already. But now, before we even get to here, right now, just with all of the build-up and success that Kendrick and TDE are seeing right now, Drake has already tried to sabotage this historic moment that is gonna go down as Kendrick Lamar's Grand National Tour. Now, before we get into what this latest moment in the catastrophe that is Drake's career right now is, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton.
Leave a like and subscribe on Fantastic Hip Hop channel
to seemingly take down the absolute milestone that is Kendrick Lamar playing in the biggest venues on the entire continent is, first off, and most importantly when it comes to having any sort of future for his career, is to try and step on Kendrick Lamar taking control of Toronto with his 2 shows at the Rogers Center. And now what Drake is doing here, instead of trying to win back his city by once again tapping in with their local scene and becoming an active participant within their culture, which, just as we have seen Kendrick Lamar lean into, has been one of the most successful ventures we have seen any rapper pull off recently. And even beyond the local scene, just coming outside in this time where his reputation is in the mud and trying to win people back over by reminding everyone of a time where he was once liked. And
it's so bad looking back at some of Drake's music videos, man. At the time, everybody thought it was the best thing, but looking back on it, they're so corny. It's not even funny. Like the Waka Waka type video, it was a good video. I like that one. But the what is that song? Too Sexy. It might be one of his worst songs I've ever heard. I'll be honest with you. I did not like that track at all. I don't know why everybody's on that one.
Instead of any of this, Drake is seemingly sitting back right now and plotting on how to counter whatever Kendrick Lamar is doing with an antic that won't put him in any direct confrontation with him, but at the bottom line will try to take away the spotlight from Kendrick with Drake's own actions. And now already, before we can even get into Kendrick's tour, with Lamar's first major appearance at a stadium event this year being none other than the Super Bowl. Already with this moment, we have seen Drake hint so many different times that he is going to try and ruin the big game, which he has posted both cryptically about when he has shown off pictures of Bane from The Dark Knight Rises in the iconic scene where he marches into a football field.
This dude is a geek! He's a geek! He's like me! He's a fucking geek!
And beyond whatever strange plans Drake has in his head, he also announced an entire world tour which starts on the same day as Kendrick will be playing at the biggest show in music. And now, based on the way Drake has already tried to take down GNX and redirect headlines his way by just doing one of the wildest things we have ever seen a rapper do following a rap beef, well, you can almost 100% say that even Drake in his prime could not create a bigger moment than Kendrick Lamar playing at the Super Bowl. Despite this, with Drake hitting the road for the first time since the beef, we are definitely going to see something major happen on his end, and if he was talking about Kendrick Lamar and everything he did to him on streams and on random posts, he is definitely going to try to sneak diss Kendrick from the other side of the world, all while Kendrick Lamar is having the biggest night of his career. And so now from this, and fast forwarding to the shows at the Rogers Center, what the rumor right now going around is that Drake is going to be pulling a 50 Cent and is going to buy out all the floor seats for this show.
And it doesn't make sense why you're doing this. Kendrick has so many fans. Ja Rule at the time was at his lowest. It won't make sense why you're doing this. You're giving them free money for the same ticket sales that someone else was probably going to buy anyway. Doesn't make sense.
Kendrick, so then the concert is seemingly empty, and no one goes, which will make Kendrick look like this big failure. And now when you consider the types of games Drake plays and how much he looks up and still talks to 50 Cent, well, there is no actual strong confirmation that he is gonna be doing this, as Drake does not have the leverage to shut down this stadium and not have Kendrick perform, as he is not on good terms with the owners of the Rogers Center or the organizations that run the team that plays there.
Oh damn, I didn't even know that.
Like he is with the Raptors, for example.
I didn't know he was on good terms with the Rogers like that. Oh, Lee. Yeah, you I don't know, man. I don't know. There's a reason why everyone does not like you all at the same time. There's a reason.
We are not going to see a repeat of what happened to somebody like Schoolboy Q or Sir when they came to Drake City. And so knowing this, the only way Drake can really come at Kendrick would be to do something like buying out all the concert tickets. Because even if Drake decided to do something like holding his own concert on the same night, even if he sold out the next biggest venue, it would still be less than half of what Kendrick is doing. And so now with Kendrick's actual show at the Rogers Center, with all this context and based on the way the seating charts have been getting filled out so far, some people think Drake is actually trying to do what 50 did, but really when you look at Drake's goal and then see that with a show on the scale of this, and also with the demand and where the cost of a single ticket is at, unlike what 50 did with Ja Rule, for example, the only reason what 50 did worked in the first place was because the tickets for Ja were marked down so much that he was not going to make anything from the show regardless. Meaning that if Drake got these tickets, all he would be doing is making Kendrick Lamar's pockets bigger, which would just be helping him get yet another win, as even when Drake is trying to go against Kendrick and humiliate him, he would still actually be helping him win in a way regardless.
Exactly.
And so now with the place where we are at, where Kendrick Lamar has this entire tour and Drake is seemingly scrambling to try and find a way to get him from not being able to play a show that will forever tarnish the relationship Drake has with his city, as it will solidify that over everything Drake has said, that people in masses still want to go and support the guy who has ruined his career. And because of this, what Drake is going to have to realize sooner rather than later is that no matter at this point what tricks he pulls out and how he tries to put things back in his favor, Kendrick Lamar has really become just too big to be stopped, because with the success of GNX, which in terms of mainstream albums, pure streaming numbers, is the biggest rap album the industry has.
By the way, he needs to release this fucking song. I'm so mad that he has not released it yet. I'm really hoping he comes out with a second album. And this song needs to be on this fucking album if he's coming out with another one.
Has gotten in multiple years at this point in terms of the efficiency and impact it's having on the charts, which is why Kendrick has now overtaken Drake's monthly listener count, and GNX is on pace to have some of the best second and third week numbers we have seen in quite some time for an album in this quick consumption era as well. All in all, between things like this to just Kendrick having such a greater vision for everything happening right now, which has made his movement bigger than just a single artist.
He's so calculated. I don't know how he thinks of things like this. Like, he thinks so far ahead. It's so crazy.
Because from the producers and rappers featured on his own album, to other people like Baby Keem, to all of Top Dog Entertainment, and at the center of the plan right now is SZA, who is joining him on tour and has more music on the way herself. And even someone like Doechii, who is rumored to become the opener for this series of concerts.
Okay.
And this would just be a perfect fit, as she really embodies so much of what has made both Kendrick as a rapper beloved and SZA as a singer. And with the way right now we are watching Doechii rise into genuine stardom.
She's a really good rapper. I really like her. I liked her. Was it EP? It wasn't an album. Was it an album or a mixtape? I don't know exactly what it was. I know it was an album because she said she was going to release her official album next year. She's a really good rapper. I like her.
and also with the expectation that her debut album is going to be coming out in 2025 as well.
And people calling her music Harriet Tubman music. It's crazy. Wild. What the fuck is wrong with some of y'all, man?
And from people who have heard it, they are saying that it's genre changing. At this point, Kendrick Lamar has a group of some of the best creatives in the music industry more united than any crew has been in a long time, and for Drake, his own city is turning on him. So really, the lesson to learn from with all of...
Also, to add on to the Doechii thing, she's like one... Like, you can actually see potential in her craft, too. I know this is about Kendrick and Drake, but I'm just saying that Doechii, you can actually see potential. Usually when people, like, hype up someone to be, like, the next big thing, they usually never, like, put out, like what you were expecting from them, considering all the good words you've been hearing from, like, other artists and their own label, and it just never works out sometimes, or for a lot of times, really. But so far, she's been on a good run. She's been on a great run.
This here is that Kendrick has organically created an entire machine that he is steering. And unless something unprecedented happens, will ensure that every single moment he wants to create in the near future seemingly happens on his terms and no one else's. Even with Drake's own city, there is no changing the reality of this situation for what is about to just be another year of humiliation and embarrassment for him, and especially in this time where Drake is resulting to petty antics and just trying to plot on how to rewrite history, instead of just doing whatever he can
just
to
make good music.
What's to come, just
make good music. That's all you gotta do, Drake. Stop with the Wangwan Delilahs. Doesn't make sense.
Better off for him. With the downfall we have seen from Drake, and with all of the hype around Kendrick and his camp, which is about to give us at the very least what we 100% know for sure, what is going to end up going down is not just the most successful tour in hip-hop history based on its projections, but really one of the most iconic as well, as this will serve as the grand victory lap to arguably the greatest run we have ever seen from a single rapper.
Yep.
All in all, really with Kendrick, SZA, Doechii, and all of the hype going around the entire camp that surrounds Lamar, at this point it's more clear than ever. What we are about to witness are a lot more moments of what is hip-hop at its very finest. So now with all of this said, let me know. What do you think about Drake wanting to sabotage Kendrick Lamar's tour plans to dominate 2025? And do you think that at this point, Kendrick has just become too powerful with all of the hype around not just him, but his entire camp to stop whatever they have planned one bit? Or do you think Drake has something up his sleeve that will make him be able to ruin all of this? Now I can't wait to hear your thoughts on everything this moment is telling us, because with all the artists that this movement is showing, it's going to end up bringing to new heights. We are really seeing the shift in hip-hop that we have been talking about for months coming to fruition stronger than we ever have. So now if you made it to this point in the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. And now, if you want to see how alongside Drake just failing to take down Kendrick yet again, Drake is also failing to stay on good terms with DJ Academics, which is exposing both of them more than we have ever seen. Check out the suggested video.
To the last video that was that. Great video by Fantastic Hip Hop. Yeah, Drake. Just just make your music, man. That's all you gotta do. Quit doing this petty shit. Quit being an online fucking troll, or trying to be. It's not working for you, man. It's really going against you more so than it's helping you. So, anyways, that was the video for today. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Y'all get 2 uploads today. Y'all welcome, man. Because I usually don't do this. I usually have a headache after the first one because I have, especially after I get done off work. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Also, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, please. Bye.